Howdy, it's Liz again with another Flow Style Junk Journal. A Flow Style Junk Journal is one that's designed to be taken apart and used in your own junk journals or other craft projects. This is a single signature that is contained within a 12 by 12 piece of heavy scrapbook paper. It's folded in half, so it measures 6 inches here, 9 inches here, and I've folded it over to form a 3-inch pocket. And this is secured with washi tape so that you can take it apart and use the paper if you would like someplace else. It's held together with 3 strands of fiber. There is a pale yellow slubby one, there is a pale blue, and there is one that variegates from blue to purple. These are wrapped around twice through the center of the signature, so you get a lot of length, and it's just tied with a bow so you can take it apart. Attached to the front cover is something I found that I had never seen before. They're self-adhesive petal pebbles, and they're real flowers that are embedded in some sort of gel to preserve them. I thought those were neat. Inside, also attached, is a tiny little bag with beads in it in yellow, purple, green, lavender, and there are also 4 bronzish dragonfly beads that are quite nice. And there's a little flower sticker underneath it. And then in the pocket, there's a fabulous cutout that my husband found. Since this is a floral themed book, I thought this was very reminiscent of a gate to a flower garden, and it's designed to be a tag, put a little print behind it, it'll be adorable. So one of my favorite napkins to decoupage. The front and the back pieces are slightly different as well. Pink flower versus purple flower. And a piece of pink printed card with butterflies on it. This is another napkin that is floral themed, and it's a repeating pattern. So the front and back are the same, essentially. The inside's a little bit different. And then this is a 3-piece order form. I put it pink side out because I like the pink side. Next thing in the book is a sheet of music from Gilbert and Sullivan. And I discovered I like Gilbert and Sullivan best because it's very busy. They have lots of notes on their music. Some sheet music is very boring. This is from the Pirates of Penzance. And here, this is from one of my all-time favorite scrapbook paper designs. There were lots of essentially boxes this size with all different floral designs in them, and I cut them up so that everybody could have a piece. And this is a pink scrapbook paper, and it's attached to a sort of vintage, it came from my mother's stationery collection, essentially fold-over note card, and the other piece of it is there. You'd write your note on the inside and fold it over and tape it closed and put a stamp on it and send it. Got a nice soft floral pattern on it. This is from a book on flowers with some great pictures. This is a page, 2 pages actually, and that's folded here, so when you unfold it you'll get 2 pages, from a book in French of, I believe, illustrators and lithographers, and a piece of gridded paper. This is a Project Life card, I believe, that I've stamped with a pale yellow flower that says Extraordinary Moments on the back. Single-sided piece of tone-on-tone green scrapbook paper, and then a double-sided piece of scrapbook paper. Hymnal, and this is a little blue dragonfly, which I quite like, on another card, which has a grid on the back, and then a yellow butterfly piece of paper, and then double-sided scrapbook paper. These are the heavier weight scrapbook papers. I like to include those to paper clip the things too, so that they don't pull the paperweight papers out of shape. This is a William Morris print. I just love William Morris. This is a garden trellis with green vines and orange flowers and blue birds. This is from another book on flowers with little squares. I particularly like these for embellishments and tags in different sizes. And this is a book, which I at first thought I was German, but I think now might actually be Dutch. It's an older one. You can see the color on the outside. This is from a adult coloring book. It's got daffodils on one side and a sort of fleur-de-lis pattern on the back. This is from a book that has wonderful illustrations. I think it was a book about sisters, and it has lots of floral illustrations in it. And this is from a book on butterflies, which you'll see on the other side of the book. This is a scrapbook paper with butterflies. There are 4 of these green tickets, and they say fun on it. And a piece of green scrapbook paper, single-sided. This is a double-sided piece. There's the back side. This is from a book on flowering plants of the Southwest. It's a black and white book. This is a dictionary page. This is another copy of a William Morris print. Wonderful green tone-on-tone. Just love William Morris. And in this envelope, there is an assortment of buttons and bright jewelry type things, which make great flower centers. A couple of different buttons of all sizes and colors. Just a little something to brighten up the flowers in your book, since this is a floral themed book. And then in the other envelope, this is the center of the signature, and again a double-sided piece of scrapbook paper. There are a bunch of floral fabrics and some die cuts. And I will fan these out so that you can see a little bit of them. A bunch of different colors. And these are all 3" by 3" squares. Move that a little closer so you can see it. A couple of different varieties there. And then some die cuts my husband made for me. I quite like them. Some of these pieces are quite small and precarious, so be careful when you open the envelope. Put that in here. And I do pack all of my Flow Style junk journals in plastic bags in case any of the buttons or the small pieces fall out. You'll find them in the plastic bag. And then these are the back sides of the different pages here. This is another journaling card with ladybugs stamped on it and a piece of single-sided scrapbook paper. I love the tone-on-tone florals in here. And again, this red one that's double-sided. And we come to the butterflies. I just love the illustrations in this book. These are from the Orange Butterfly Collection. A little flower here. And then the coloring book. This is from a great notebook that I got, and it's very pale. It's a very pale gray illustration of a hydrangea, and it's a single flower, and it says hydrangea here. And I folded it so that you get all of the flowers still, and you can trim it down as needed for your project. And it's on both sides. Again, the book in Dutch, pictures of flowers. Oh, orchids, I love orchids. That William Morris print. These are playing cards that my mother found for me in an antique store, and the box said Lady Baltimore cards, and I'm not sure if that's the brand or the style, but I love the fruit topiary look. Those are just wonderful, and a piece of green scrapbook paper. And then there's the print with the birds again, and the sheet music. This is a great stamp that I found. I just love it. Another Project Life card. Little bird houses and plants. And I put that on the gridded side. Peachy pink sort of scrapbook paper there. And again, the gridded paper. Book in French. The floral book. I think this is actually from a book I have called Niagara in Bloom. Great pictures of flowers in and around the city of Niagara. And again, my favorite scrapbook paper, the little cards. This one says, this is a stamped image, it says, please pick the flowers. On the back is a grid. And then this is the back side of that piece of stationery with the pretty flower picture. In the back pocket, we have a an assortment of things. This is another die cut that my husband found and made me in a great mustard color, which coordinates beautifully with this napkin, which is one of my all-time favorite napkins to decoupage because I just love the colors in it. And then there's a green piece of scrapbook paper. I got a whole bunch of washi tape for Christmas last year, and I saved all of the gorgeous little boxes which were printed with the pattern of the tape that I got. And I've been saving them. I haven't figured out what to do with them, but I figured somebody else might, so I'm tucking them into these books. Another piece of stationery I stole from my mother. Beautiful lavender flowers on it. And then this is from a quilt page a day calendar. Has the printed pattern on one side and the black and white on the other. And then just a nice piece of scrapbook paper with a wonderful mauve music on the back. All right, so that is the Floral Style Flow Junk Journal, and that is going to be on Etsy. Thank you so much for looking. I hope that this will embellish or enhance your next junk journal or other craft project. Thanks so much. Have a great day.